Hi everybody, it's Diana. I always have a fun time with my downline, and once a month we do a virtual meeting in our Facebook group. Since I have girls all over the states, it just makes it a little easier for us to connect. So tonight was our virtual meeting, and I usually do a Facebook live video and I do a make and take, and then the girls, and I say girls because we don't have any boys yet, so if there's any guys out there looking to be a demonstrator, give me a holler and then I'll be able to say guys and girls. But right now I just say the girls, so they let me know if they want the monthly card gut thing in the mail, and then they can choose to make the card exactly the same, or they can alter it, have fun with it, and then if they want to have a chance of winning a goodie, they send the card back to me by the end of the month, and then I let my blog readers vote on their favorite. So that's always fun. So this month, this is what I like to call will be the card guts, the guts basically that you would use to make the card. So this is what they will be getting in the mail. So they have a piece of Pool Party, which is their card base. Then they have another piece of Pool Party, which is another layer. Then they have a piece of Little Foxy DSP stack. They have a piece of that. They could choose to use this side if they wanted. It's really up to them. They have that piece. Then they have a piece of Smoky Slate, a piece of Calypso Coral, and two pieces of Whisper White. One is at 3x3 and one is a 3/8 by 3/8 inch piece. And then they have, gosh, I don't know how long this is. Probably like 20 inches or something of the thick baker's twine. So that's what will be in their envelope if they choose to get it. Some of them just go, yeah, I want it, and they just want to make the card and they put it on display at home, and that is totally fine. And then some go, no, I want to be voted on, and they send me their card back. So if you want to check out this month's cards, you can vote for a couple more days. If you want to check it out, go to don't forget the G, stampingwithdye.com, and you can see July's cards that you can be voting on. And like I said, that's going to end soon, so you can see the ones that they did this month. So let me show you what I did with my card guts. So this is what I did with mine. Very cute, simple little card. And it actually uses a new bundle that's available this month only and while supplies last, and it's called Thoughtful Branches, and it has a matching thinlet called Beautiful Branches. So that's what I used. And what I usually do is I have a magnet sheet in here, and I put an old piece of designer series paper on it, and it's like stuck into the envelope, and what it does, it just keeps my framelits from wiggling all over the place. So that's what you'll see, that paper in there if you're wondering what it is. So, and then I just put the name of the stamp set or the thinlet on the back side. So that's what that is. So let's get to the card. All right, so here's my card gut, so to speak. So I'm going to fold my card in half like that. And then I'm just going to attach my designer series paper on to the Pool Party. And this is just a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of DSP. And then this is 4 by 5 1/4, the Pool Party. So just standard colors. So let me put those aside. And then what I want to do is I want to take my greeting. So the greeting that I chose is a real nice one, and it just says, "You've always been there to lean on, to learn from, and to look up to." So that is a really nice little greeting. That's what I'm going to put on the bottom of my card. So I'm just going to use Calypso Coral, since that is one of the colors that go with this designer series paper pack. Makes it a lot easier when they list them, so you don't have to guess what colors will go. So I'm just going to stamp the greeting down there on the bottom. Simple, simple. And I just used the paper pierce mat. It makes stamping with the photopolymer a lot easier. I have a, also on top of it is a silicone sheet. That just keeps glue if I get overzealous with my glue. All right, so then I'm going to glue my paper to the layer. So now I have my 3 1/8 by 3 1/8, and I'm just going to glue my 3 by 3 on there like that. And then I have my tree. So then what I did was I've already run my tree through, that smoky slate piece that they're getting. I already ran it through with my tree. And if you look at it, it's a very, very cool tree. Also, what you can do is you can turn it upside down. So you could actually have the roots. So if you want to have something talking about like roots or something, or put two trees together. But it's kind of neat that you can use it different ways. But we're just going to use it as a tree. So I'm going to use the fine tip glue to glue my tree down. And you always remember you screw off the white tip, not the black one. All right. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue along the bottom. I don't want to put tons on the tree because I do want it to have some sort of movement. I don't want it to be stuck to the paper totally. So I want to make sure that I leave some of the branches like free. So I'm going to move this over here. So the reasoning behind the silicone sheet is if I have glue sticking out, it's not going to stick to my paper pierce mat. So now I'm just going to hold my hand just a little bit till that glue sets. Doesn't take super long. All right, and then I'm just going to use glue dots on my little birds to stick them to the tree. So if I was going to make a whole bunch of these cards, I would just keep sticking all my birds around and around and around, and then just pull them off when I needed to. So I'm going to take my little bird off and stick him to the tree. And then this little guy is going to sit over here. Aren't they adorable? So cute. All right, so let's start to finish assembling the card. I'm going to put a few dimensionals on the back of my main focus of the card. Like so. I love my dimensionals. And I'm also going to put one up to the top. All right, so let's put our string on first. Now, I've told you before about when you have string, you usually want to have like glue dots or dimensionals because it's going to make your paper stick better. If you have ribbon or baker's twine underneath here, it's too bulky. So if you just use regular glue, it's not going to stick very well because the glue is not going to be touching because this ribbon or the baker's twine is going to keep that glue from sticking. So what I usually do is I use dimensionals. And I usually stick my piece on with dimensionals and I slide my ribbon up underneath like so. But this baker's twine's too hard to do that. So I'm just going to lay my baker's twine on the paper. Then I'm going to take my dimensionals, one on each corner, like so. Take the backing off. These things are all over the house. Okay, then, so that ribbon's just going to be flip-flopping in there. So I'm going to stick this down on my card like that. So this ribbon is stuck behind here, but it's still going to let me move it around. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this in a bow. And because I glued it to the main card, when I'm tying this in a bow, it's going to keep it flat. If I were to tie it before I put it to the main card, that piece would have a tendency to want to bow up in the corners. So this way it just keeps it nice and flat because it's more stable. Then I'm just going to cut my ends a little bit, and I gave the girls plenty of ribbon. They can do whatever they want with it. I never know what they're going to come up with. So that's going to be there. And then I'm just going to peel my dimensionals off my focal piece like that. And then I'm just going to stick that on the card over top of the baker's twine. And it's the cutest and simplest card ever. Isn't that adorable? And you can like spin the baker's twine. This is the thicker baker's twine. And kind of fray those edges a little bit. Super, super cute. All right. So there's your card. So hopefully, you learned something. I hope I teach you a little something every time I do a video. It could even be like, don't do something if I mess up. But so don't forget, thoughtful branches with this matching framelit, beautiful bunches, available in August while supplies last. So make sure you hop on over to my blog and check it out. And let me know if you need anything. I'll talk to you later. Bye.